A very good afternoon to Madam Shalini and my fellow friends. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Shahira Azrin binti Mansor, 253837.
Okay, my name is Sheikh Noazi Kayu Bishar Osham. My metric number is 253598.
My name is Nur Hidayah binti Abu Hassan. My metric number 253742.
Assalamualaikum. A very good afternoon. My name is Muhammad Farid bin Muhammad Azmi. My metric number is 253722.
My name is Chua Su Ying. Metric number 253742. 741.
In movie analysis task, we choose Chernobyl movie scene. Let me present the synopsis to make everyone clear about the movie. So Chernobyl is a history movie series that shows about Chernobyl nuclear disaster. It's happened at the reactor in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in the north of Ukraine. This can be considered as the worst nuclear disaster in history. So this scene was taken from Netflix, and it showed the shocking meeting was held to find a solution regarding the explosion at the nuclear reactor. The radiation level can be impact to the ecosystem and the whole population in the Soviet Union and the neighboring country. The problem might be solved, but they must willing to sacrifice 3% to open the gate manually from inside and to pump water to the tank. So the scene was shown to find a solution to solve the problem. Before we go further, I will introduce you the main character from this video. First of all is Gorbachev. Mikhail Gorbachev played a role as the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. He had involved in the most powerful at the Central Committee Affairs Secretary. Next is Valery Legasov. Valery Legasov played a role as the Deputy Director of the consortium. The institute is a leading research and development organization in the field of nuclear energy. He became a key member to the government commission created to investigate the causes of Chernobyl and to plan the mitigation of its consequences. All right, so the third one is Boris Shabana. Boris Shabana played a role as a deputy prime minister who was in charge of dealing the Chernobyl disaster outcome. He was selected as head of investigation, but it was Valery who put much effort on it. Last but not least is Professor Ulana. Professor Ulana played the role of nuclear crisis from the myths. She is a character who based on the many scientists from who investigate the incident. Okay. Next, I will continue with the space and territory. So we will go one by one. For the first space and setting arrangement, firstly is a Michael. Michael. Based on the picture, we can see in the slide, it's already took from the beginning of the scene at minute 0.02. Michael is seated at the head of the table. He can be assumed to be leader who conduct the meeting. And as we all know, he is the General Secretary of CPSU party. Second is Boris Shabana. Boris is the three main character. Boris is seated nearest to the leader rather than the Valley and Professor Ulana. He must has been an important person to Mikhail since he has been pointed out by leader to give explanation toward the issue arrived at minute 0.18. In the same picture, we can see third is Valley. Valley is seated in the middle between Boris and Professor Ulana. He is the important person to both of them. Based on the picture in the slide, he has been taken from the scene at minute 0.28. It shows he has the who know is going on and the one who gives a long explanation to the leader. Fourth is Professor Ulana, who you can see in the slide, the same picture. Professor Ulana is seated beside the Valery Legasov. She can be considered as important person to the leader as she continued to support Valery Legasov in giving a clear explanation. We can see from the slide that show scene taken at minute 1.47. Last is side character. Side character, the rest are set far from the leader. They just listen to the leader and the main role give explanation in the meeting. They can be categorized as introvert person because they might occupy the seat according to availability. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Ms. Shahira, for your presentation just now. Okay, before I go further, I want to introduce the shape of the table meetings. Next slide, please. Okay, the table meeting is rectangular. For your information, rectangular table have a more common use for hierarchical and formal meetings. For next part is proxemics. Okay, proxemics. First at all, I will let you know what's the meaning of proxemics. Proxemics is the study of space and how we use it, how it makes us feel more or less comfortable, and how we use arrange object and ourselves in relation to space. From the slide, we can see that the communication in the meeting is personal distance. Casual acquaintances interact within this distance, therefore they are seated between 4 and 12 feet. They have been together in the meeting as they are the important person in the cabinet to discuss the important issue, which is next part of my presentation is theory. Please. Okay, home team advantage. What's the meaning of home team advantage? Home team, like you can see the Michael Gorbachev has a home team advantage as he conduct the meeting as the meeting room they usually held. The meeting room was observed by a military guard and everyone seemed to act properly and feel comfortable throughout the meetings. Okay, for the times. Next slide. Okay, for the time in communication, exotism from the group meeting creates the impression that the missing don't care, which is can threaten trust within a team. In the video, we can see everyone in the meeting or discussion are concerned to attend the meeting punctually and try to not exotism or miss the meeting. In the movie, we can see the problem is very huge because the result of the meeting are affecting the entire world. Exotism of this meeting of the member will affect the circumstances. Okay, for the last and but not least, speaking time. No one is absent from the meeting. All the members were punctual. Okay, I will pass the presentation to my friend, which is Hidayah.
Now, I will continue this presentation with the part of artifact and object. As the place in which group are held, it will provide many artifacts and features that accompany them. As we know, artifacts typically are the things that dress up the discussion setting. In this movie scene analysis, Synopsis 2019, there are few artifacts and object was being captured. Firstly, it's about book. As you can see, in the direction of 0.23, Boris Sabrina is holding the pen. This happened when he is talking with the Michael Goverser before he start to pass the discussion toward Valley to continue to conduct the meeting. Next is book, as you can see on the slide. In the direction 0.48, actually most of the side characteristics open the book. As you can see on the slide, this happens when they are trying to see the content of the book that is being talked about very later. Another one is about the map. As you can see in the duration 2.27 on the slide, Professor Ulana Commute started to stand and she started to describe the topic which determine most of the site characteristics to open the map that is inside the book. There are provided two duration of picture of the spec. In the duration of 0.43, as you can see, Michael Governor wore the spec that he put beside him. This happened because when Valley Legaso started to talk about an important topic in the discussion. But once the discussion finished, in the duration 3.41, as one of the gifts that was be provided, Michael Governor take off the spec that he is wearing. Now, I will continue with the proxemic, personal dimension. Next slide. Okay. Which is a non-verbal personal variable that affect communication in the small group. As we know, there are paralanguage, kinetic, and gaze. In this part, I will only explain about the kinetic. As we know, kinetic refer to body language, which is arm, gesture, gaze. But in this part, I will only explain about the body movement. First, I will talk about Michael Galveston. As you get to see on the slide, that actually his hand is clasped in front of a desk. When a person does the capture, they are exercising some sort of self-restraint. This shows Michael is withholding his anxiety or frustrating. This can be seen from the duration 0.03. But next, in the duration 3.40, he removed his glass and tossed them aside. This shows he is done everything and he is prepared to accept or reject or proposition that are being discussed in the meeting. Another characteristic, next slide, please. Boris Sabrina. In 2020, he used his hand to figure with a small object like a pen. This is a sign of anxiety. It can also be interpreted to a lack of preparedness. This shows he is prepared to answer his lead. And the last one is side characteristic. In 2.43, in duration 2.43, we show a chain stalking gesture, as you can see on the slide. This chain stalk is the signal that he is going through the decision making process of after listening to what Professor Ulana Commute say. Now, I will continue this presentation with Miss Marlon. Mr. Marlon.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Daya. So I will continue with the presentation by two things. One is facial expression and another one is posture. Let me start with the facial expression. Facial expressions means that a facial expressions is what motions or positions the muscles beneath the skin of the face. According to one of the set of controversial theories, this movement convey an emotional state of an individual to observers. Facial expressions are a form of nonverbal communication. And let's start with the few characters in these scenes that we can see in the slides. The first is Valery Levasov. In minute 3.50, he expressed his confident emotion to convey other when he has an idea to solve the problems occur. In minutes 4.31, he looked sad while explained that they need Michael Gorbachev permission to kill 3 men. The next slide shows with the character Boris Sriberna in minute 2.16, he made sad expressions, and in minute 3.02, when Valery Levasov delivered his speech, Boris made his shoulder posture drop down and make this forehead wrinkled. This reaction shows Boris was very worried about the situation becoming more worse. The next slide is a side character. In minute 2.09, everyone made the shock impression after listening Professor Ulana explain, and in minute 3.20 with a character Michael Gorbachev, he does not know how to react when he heard the thing he does not like it. He looked very confused. Regarding to posture, in the side character in minute 0.01, every meeting member in fact is facing each other with his hand apart On the arms on the table, it shows everybody want to hear and listen. What's the leader want to explain? Next character is by the Michael. In minute 0.43, their posture shows they are ready to listen to Valery Livasov's presentation. The next character is Valery Livasov. In minute 0.29, he stood up straightly when he wanted to deliver his idea and messages. This means he is very confident to deliver his message about the impact and the circumstances. The character Michael Gorbachev, in minute 0.32, he changed his sitting position. This is example of confronting Valery Livasov to show that he is listening to Valery Livasov. That's all from me. I will continue the slide with the next presenter. Thank you very much.
All right, so now I will continue with the eyes contact and gaze. In 1.15 minutes, most of the side characters, they are staring at Vali when he is standing and talking about the issue. This eyes contact shows that they are paying attention to listen. Next slide. Okay. In 2.09 minutes, the only one female side character in this video, she is staring at Professor Ulana, but then after that, she gazes at Michael when they are in the discussion. This means she is observing Michael's response after he listened to the explanation of Professor Ulana. Next, in 3.14 minutes, another side character is gazing on Michael while Professor Ulana is talking in the discussion. This is because he is waiting for the leader to make the decision. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, for Professor Ulana and Vali, in 4.31 minutes, they are having eyes contact. Then both of them are looking at Michael while in the discussion of the topic. The eyes contact shows that both of them are trying to convince him about their suggestion. The last one, Boris. In 4.34 minutes, Boris had a gazing toward Michael. He does not say anything, but he just stares at Michael when they are in the discussion. The eyes contact shows he is concerned about the decision of Michael when Vali is asking his permission to kill 3 men. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. For the part paralanguage, in scene 0.11 minutes, Michael showed he was very angry in his speech. He increased his voice to highlight how serious is this issue. Next, in 0.34 minutes, Michael has a sighing action, and from this we can see that he wants to hear something good from Vali. Next slide. Okay. In this video, Wali is speaking fluently with pause for a while in his sentence. And next, in 1.08 minutes, he sounded stunned when he was asked by Michael. This is because he hesitated to answer his question. Next slide. Okay. Last, the way Wali speaks seems he wants to convey everyone to accept his idea about the solution to this issue. And last, for Professor Ulana, in 3.0 minutes, the way she speaks is in a faster rate. From this, we can know that Professor Ulana is confident to herself. Okay, thank you. That's all from us.
Okay, thank you. You can end the session and make sure you upload the video in your online learning. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam.
All right.
All right, thank you, madam.